Will the real Mary please step forward? Mary Magdalene, the woman from whom 7 demons were expelled. Mary, mother of James and John, and witness of the crucifixion and of the empty tomb. Mary, mother of John Mark, giving refuge to Peter after his escape from prison in Jerusalem. Mary, the wife of Clopas, whom some identify with Mary, the mother of James and John. Mary, a Christian of Rome who is greeted and praised by the Apostle Paul. I am the real Mary. I am Mary of Bethany, the sister of Martha and Lazarus. Today, we will be looking at the life of Mary of Bethany in Mark 14, Luke 10, and John 12. We will be looking at 3 principles of godliness that we can see in the life of Mary. Hi friends, I am Mary and I live in the town of Bethany. I have a sister named Martha and a brother named Lazarus. We have a really good friend named Jesus. Do you want to know a secret? Shh, let me tell you. I am saving up all the money I am getting from my wages to buy a bottle of perfume. And I am going to pour it at the feet of Jesus. I love Jesus, and I want to worship Him with my whole heart and life. There was once when my brother was sick, so ill that he was dying. We sent and told the Master to come. He came 4 days after Lazarus had died. I remember weeping and crying and bawling my eyes out. I had never cried like that in my life. Someone had came and told us that Jesus had come. Martha, my sister, ran to meet him, but I still stayed in the house with my friends comforting me. Finally, my sister ran back and told me that the Master was calling me. So I ran to him and I said, Lord, if you had come sooner, surely my brother would still be alive. Oh, sweet, loving Jesus. He asked me, where have you laid him? And I said, Lord, come and see. And Jesus wept. And then the most amazing thing happened, the best miracle of my life. Jesus called forth and he said, Lazarus, come forth. And he raised my brother to life. He raised my brother to life. I will never forget that day. Everybody in town was rejoicing, and they all came to believe in Jesus because they saw that he had raised my brother Lazarus from the dead. This is the Jesus that I worship. This is the Jesus that I love. And I believe, as with the psalmist David, one thing have I desired, and that I shall seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, that I may behold his beauty and inquire in the temple. The 3 characteristics of godliness that we will look at in the life of Mary are the fear of the Lord, worship in spirit and truth, and how she sat humbly at Jesus' feet in brokenness. Mary possessed the fear of the Lord over the fear of man. This fear is not a bad fear, but a healthy fear. In the Hebrew, it actually means to reverence, or to be in awe of, just like how we respect and are in awe of people in authority. Why should we fear the Lord? Because He is God and He is in control of our lives. Psalm 25:14 says, "The friendship of the Lord is with those who fear Him, and He will make known to them His covenant." The fear of the Lord is to turn away from evil. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life. The fear of man is a snare, but the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Especially in Mary's culture, it was not normal for a woman to be sitting at the feet of men, or to even be in the same room where men were present. Mary did not fear what men thought of her. She went against her cultural norms because she possessed the fear of the Lord. Mary was a worshiper who worshipped Jesus in spirit and in truth. She counted the cost of worship, and like David, she said in her heart, "I will not offer to the Lord that which costs me nothing." Worship is costly. God is spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. For such the Father seeks to be His worshippers. Mary's worship was costly. That alabaster veil of oil cost a whole year's worth of wages. She spent it all at the feet of Jesus in one extravagant act of worship. Finally, Mary sat humbly at Jesus' feet in brokenness. Luke 10:38-42 tells us more about this. It reads, "Now as they were traveling along, He entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed Him into her home. She had a sister called Mary, who was seated at the Lord's feet, listening to His word. But Martha was distracted with all her preparations, and she came up to Him and said, 'Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to do all the serving alone? Then tell her to help me.' But the Lord answered and said to her, 'Martha, Martha, you are worried and bothered about so many things, but only one thing is necessary. For Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken away from her.'" Mary loved to listen to the word of God, and she was familiar with her priorities. She knew her one thing, and it was a choice. That necessary thing is not necessarily outward, but inward. Jesus said it shall not be taken away from her.
Just keep coming back to me. So come to me if you're weary, and I'll give you rest. I'll give you rest. My yoke is so easy, and my burden is less. My burden is less. And all your fountains are in me, and I have everything you need. Just keep coming back to me, and those who call upon my name, no, they will not.
Friends, learn to love to sit at the feet of Jesus, for He alone is worthy. He alone is beautiful.